the big changes here at the Portugal Club. So, latest changes then at the Portugal Club, which I'm hoping will reflect the changes we are experiencing as a community moving to and living in Portugal. Things change, do they not? I think we're in a very different situation now to the one we were in 2020 when all this began. Things have changed quite a lot when it comes to helping people decide whether Portugal's right for them and how they live their lives here in Portugal. So I'm looking to reflect the changes over at the Portugal Club. It will be free to enter, not a private and hidden group anymore, so that we get a lot more activity on the community timeline that you can see here in front of you. And we will put the paywall, as it were, on the classroom. So you'll be able to learn the language, keep fit, stay fit, learn more about Portugal, language and culture behind the scenes. And that's what your subscription. So anyone who's supporting the Portugal Club at the moment will get access to that. And anybody who wants access to that, who isn't supporting us with time, talent or treasure, thank you to T-Duck for your prompt on that, can just trade up to get access to those extra levels, like a freemium model, to have the Portugal Club a little bit more of a vibrant place at the front end. And we love a vibrant front end first thing in the morning. So if you've ever paid for membership, supported the GMP with your time, talent or treasure, or contribute like a boss, like Antonio Ferreira, our vizinho Portuguese, does at the Portugal Club, if you're a show co-host, you'll get access to everything we do at the Portugal Club and our collaborators and people we work with as well. I'm certainly not turning away any support for what we're doing here. I just like to make the Portugal Club a bit more of a vibrant and helpful place to be for more people. So, new vibe in these bonkers times. I've written about the chaos times, the chaos era this week, and the editor seems to like it. It was a bit out there, my article, called I Came Here to Heal, which will be published this week in the Portugal Resident. Wasn't quite sure how it might be received by Inês, the editor at the Portugal Resident, but she loves it. She absolutely loves it, and she'll be printing that this Thursday, so I'm delighted. And I do mention the chaos era in which we're finding ourselves. Yeah, and yes, 2020, when we started, that was a time, was it not? And we're going into different sorts of times. And Gary Austin, one of the stalwarts of the Good Morning Portugal community, was saying, he was hoping life would be very different after the pandemic. Well, it is, but not quite in the way he imagined. So we'll keep our peckers up over at the Portugal Club. The focus will be on fun facts and hacks and having a good time here, online at the Portugal Club, on the Good Morning Portugal show in the morning, and in our daily lives in Portugal. We are here to know that life is good, especially where we're living it here in Portugal. And that effort begins 8 a.m. every weekday morning right here on the Good Morning Portugal show and continues thereafter at the Portugal Club. The changes, the question why change? My original idea with the Portugal Club was to have like a virtual village of about 100 people, sort of carefully curated. But I've realised over time, you've got to have big numbers and a big network at the front end, I think, to get critical mass and what's called the network effect, to get the cross-fertilisation, to get excitement and get people coming to the yard, as it were, for the kind of milkshake that we serve. So let's see what happens with that. And I do have a few ground rules, which I think are quite important, especially at the moment. And they've always been dear to us, actually, to be fair. And also, if you are already a Portugal Club member and you're sick of the amount of notifications you get at the moment, it's going to get worse in a sense. And you can, on every email you get with a new announcement, you can adjust. You can click straight away on your email from the Portugal Club and adjust how many notifications you get. Okay, here they are, the new and old rules then. Focus on Portugal and being respectful and legal was always part of what we were about here on the Good Morning Portugal show and at the Portugal Club. So that remains, of course. And what I'm adding to that is, if you can, and I think this is especially useful at the moment, be first person, own your words, as well as being positive and practical. And I know sometimes we slip, into some sort of world events or whatever, and it's a fine line to tread. But I'm hoping, Portugal, positive and practical are our key drivers. And in that spirit, how about the aim to bless the community? leave it a better place than you find it. And I know a lot of you gumpers, that's what you're about. That's how what we experience, generally speaking, on the Breakfast Show. Make it a better place by being helpful, sharing your experience, by being human, by being compassionate, and being humorous. Dad jokes and memes, please, it says here, so keep them coming. 913-590-303. And I know it doesn't always work out like that, but we will do our best to keep it upbeat. And I urge people to do their therapy and get their unresolved issues managed elsewhere, and to not use the show. I think we allow a little bit of that on the YouTube comments, but we're not going to be having that here at the Portugal Club. So there you go. A very warm welcome to anyone who will be joining us now, now that it's free to enter. Go to theportugalclub.com.